Even Las Vegas once bet against me.
What's up, everybody? I am Kevin Iole. I'm here right now with Ilia Topuria. If you believe him, if you believe his Instagram page, the UFC featherweight champion already, even though the fight is going to be on Anaheim, UFC 298 on February 17th. He, of course, is fighting Alexander Volkanovski for the title. Ilia, thanks for joining me. And that's pretty brave of you to put out there the world champion already. You got that win already in the books.
I work so hard that I have in any doubts that I will become a world champion. I know that's my destiny. Since I start with this sport, it always was part of the destiny.
Is there anything you see in Volkanovski where you look and say, hey, here's a discernible weakness where I can take advantage of him? Or is it just across the board where you think you're better than him in each category?
Yeah, it's not like I see some holes on him. I just feel that I'm better than him anyway. Better striker, better wrestler, better grappler. I just feel like that way.
The one thing he has on you, obviously, is he has fought higher level competition for a longer period of time than you do.
That's the only thing he has, the experience on his side. That's the only thing he has. But trust me, I have a lot of experience too.
Right. No,
I'm very calm inside the cage. I'm very calm, and I have the capacity of analyze everything when I'm inside that octagon. So he's gonna have someone really tough and smart in front of him February 17th.
I wanted to get your reaction to this. You know, as I was watching your last fight with Josh Emmett, and I mean, you brutalized Josh Emmett. I mean, I was really worried, and I kept yelling, why aren't they stopping this fight as that fight was going on? You remained patient because it could have been easy to kind of get frustrated. You weren't stopping him, and he was still coming, and the fight was still going on. And I've seen other fighters get frustrated. How did you manage to stay in the moment and just keep doing your thing and not let yourself get distracted by not getting the finish?
Basically, it was part of the strategy. You know, you have to respect the power the guy had in his right hand. So I had to stay patient, and I had to wait for my moment. So basically, it was part of the strategy.
Was there something in that fight that kind of boosted your confidence, or did you know going in, you know, that you were already as good as you are? I mean, I'm saying Emmett is such a good high level fighter. He's beaten so many good guys. Did that fight do anything special for you and your belief in yourself?
Of course, because it was my first fight going for 5 rounds. So you always know that you are able to fight for 5 rounds and that your condition will be right there. But when you live it and when you do it, you feel even more comfortable and more confident. So
Sure.
yeah, of course, I learned a lot from that fight.
How many, you know, one of the things Volkanovski, he's got a different body type than a lot of guys, right? You know, you're tall and lean and have that angular body type where, you know, he's shorter and stockier. What impact does that have on any in the way you have to attack him or the way you think he might attack you?
For me, it's even more comfortable when I fought a short guys, you know. It's normally it's really weird to find someone shorter than me because I'm not the tallest guy in the world. But when I fight with guys that are even shorter than me, I feel very, very comfortable. So his style, it's perfect for me to knock him out in the first round.
First round,
His
okay.
body, everything is perfect to shine that night.
I'm sure you've looked at both of his fights with Islam Makhachev, the lightweight champion. First fight, a lot of people thought he won that fight. I have Makhachev in that fight, but it was close.
I have Makhachev too in the fight. Yeah. What he did to win.
Yeah, I have Makhachev. I thought he won, but it was close. What did you think was the difference between the first fight and the second fight? Do you think that Makhachev just realized maybe I took him lightly, or what do you think?
No, the difference was he accepted the fight without a training camp, and we all know that going into a fight in that level, it's really difficult without a training camp, you know. So yeah, I think it was one of the reasons that you get knocked out in the first round.
And last question about him, before I focus a couple of questions on you, you know, what do you think the impact is of a guy losing like that the way he did. He got knocked out violently, right? I mean, Alex has always been confident. He's been on this big long run, and now you're facing a guy who's coming off a knockout loss. What do you think the impact of that is?
You can blame him at all because the guy accepted a really big challenge. You know, he moved up to the next weight class. He accepted the fight without the training camp. So, and he lost. You know, but sometimes you have to accept the challenges if you feel
Yeah,
like that way. So I don't know the impact it has for me. Nothing, but for the people, to be honest, I don't care.
sure. Now I saw, Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch the last couple of days have been talking a lot about you. They got a fight in UFC 299 against Chito Vera. That's going to be a tough fight. They're bringing your name up a lot. Do you hear
Of
that?
course,
Does that make any, what
they
do you think when you
they
hear that?
all have my name right now in their mouths because they know that I'm the money fight. After this
Mhm.
fight, they all gonna start to call me out.
After
Remember this. They all gonna start to call me out. Even knowing that I'm gonna crush them face,
that,
they're gonna start to call me out because I'm the money fighter.
yeah,
After this one, yeah. And right now, everyone is doubting me. They they think that I can do it, or they want me to lose. Maybe I would say like this because I think in themselves selves they know that I'm even better than Volkanovski, but
right.
they don't want to say that. So after this fight, I will win everyone's mouth. They all gonna start to call me out, but guess what? Fuck all of them.
Well, you don't like for confidence, and I know you have a fight in front of you, so I hate to ask this question, but I'll ask it just for fun. If you win the title, who do you call out? Who's next? Who's your first title defense from?
Title defense, the title defense. So right now, to be honest, the division sucks because I don't see any real challenger right now. Look, if after I beat Volkanovski, he whooped Max Holloway's ass. He whooped Jai Rodriguez. He beat Brian Ortega. He beat everyone in top five.
Yep.
So it doesn't make any sense to face any of them. So I have to. I will have to wait for a real challenger. So we'll see what the future is holding for me. And after this one, I'm gonna sit down with the UFC and we'll see who's going to be the next.
I would just add, as you said that, I was thinking, styles make fights, and there's, maybe a guy that Max beat easy, would be harder for you, and vice versa, right? Isn't there something to that?
Yes, but I want to give the chance to a real challenger, No, because that some fight, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you. The styles make the fight, I know, but it doesn't make any sense to fight with someone who lost with a guy that I just whooped his ass.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
Dana White, one of the things he said, he was asked this about Alex Tejeda, who just became the light heavyweight champ. Somebody
Yeah.
talked to him about going up to heavyweight, and he said, well, he hasn't, even defended the title at light heavyweight. Let him get some defenses in there. So if you don't like what you see at 145, you either go down or you go up. There's a ton of great guys at 155, and a lot of, I think Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje in line to fight for the title there. So what is your best option, going down or going up, do you think?
Going down, it's going to be really hard because of my weight. But going up and fight Conor McGregor, that will be a good option because like the way I see it, like for both of us, that's the only fight that makes sense.
Interesting.
He's like the the old guy who was a superstar, but in the last 4 years he did nothing in the sport. Like a sports wise, he lost every important fights he had. He
Mhm.
had he lost it, And right now, I will become a UFC world champion. So he's gonna have the chance to come back and put his name again, like in the sport, not as a superstar. Like the people know him, of course they know him, but in the sport right now, he's nobody. He lives and he survives in the sport because of everything he did in the last 4 or 5 years ago. 5 years. You know what I mean?
Well, do you
So
think the Mayweather fight hurt him? Because he goes in that fight, and I think he made close to $100 million in that fight, right? And it
money
doesn't
doesn't
hurt you to
hurt
make $100
anyone.
million, but I mean, you
The
felt the same
money
for him.
doesn't hurt anyone. As a sports wise, yes,
Right.
because it's difficult when you feel warm. You don't care like how are you gonna pay all your bills. It's bills, so you don't have the same motivation that a
Right.
guy who is working to pay all his bills.
Like you do, right now, like you have that motivation.
My bills and everything. It's everything. It's good. I don't care about that. Right
I
now, I'm
mean,
good.
you're hungry
I'm
now,
good.
though. You come across as the hungriest fighter I see
I'm
out there.
I'm hungry because I want to achieve a goal and a dream that I had since I was a kid. Money wise, I'm great. Doing better than any UFC fighters right now.
God bless you. I love to hear that. I always like to see fighters making money. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, Ilia Topuria on February 17th in Anaheim. We will see you there against Alexander Volkanovski. Best of luck to you, my friend. Thank you so much for the great interview.
my pleasure. Thank you very much.